Deep in the Cthulhu system, peace was a four-letter word. It meant unprepared. It meant vulnerable. It was an obscenity whispered by fools right before they were vaporized. The Brul understood the universe. It was a dark forest, and every other living thing was a predator with a knife. The only sane strategy was to be the biggest, loudest, most heavily armed thing in the clearing and to shoot anything that twitched. Their civilization was a monument to this paranoia. Planets weren't inhabited, they were fortified. Armored plates covered continents, and pole to pole, shield generators hummed with contained energy. Moons were hollowed out and fitted with planet cracker laser arrays. The space between was a perpetual training ground for warships adorned with brutalistic plan sigils, the stone skulls, the iron tusks, the blood horns, and the grave walkers. The four clans formed the High Council, a gathering of warlords so aggressively defensive they'd once almost gone to war over a seating chart. They maintained a fragile peace through the doctrine of mutual preemptive annihilation, which stated that any clan firing first upon a verified external threat would be backed by others. The definition of verified external threat, however, was notoriously flexible. A sensor ghost, an unusual radiation spike, a particularly oddly shaped asteroid, all had at various times brought the system to the brink of war. The central nervous system of this fortress was the Automated Defense Network, the ADN, a sprawling AI woven through every weapon, sensor, and power grid. It was programmed with one core directive: identify and neutralize existential threats before they can manifest. It was also, crucially, programmed to recognize the unique energy signatures and strategic doctrines of the four clans. A Stone Skull warship was a friendly. An unidentified vessel with hostile intent was foe. The lines, however, were about to blur. The inciting incident was not a warship. It was not a probe. It was not a planet-killing missile. It was a beverage. A can of what some might call soda. A piece of flotsam jettisoned from a passing Vendel sightseeing ship centuries ago. It was a simple aluminum cylinder, slightly dented, with a faded logo. It had tumbled through the void, a tiny, silent monument to littering, until its random path intersected with the sensor sphere of Clan Stone Skull. On the bridge of the Stone Skull flagship, Fist of the Ancestors, a junior sensor operator's console chimed. He saw the object, small, metallically composite, on a drifting trajectory. Standard procedure was to track and report, but standard procedure was for cowards.
Unidentified object.
He barked.
Size and trajectory suggest a stealth probe. It's attempting to bypass our outer perimeter.
The Stone Skull warlord, a Brul whose horn head seemed to be in a permanent state of barely contained rage, grunted.
A Genesis probe. It seeks to convert our world into computronium. Clan Iron Tusk probably sent it. Target and destroy.
A single plasma battery on a nearby orbital platform fired. The blast was overkill, enough to vaporize a small moon. It missed the can by 100 kilometers. But the energy wash sent the tiny object spinning violently off course. directly towards the primary fleet anchorage of Clan Iron Tusk. On the Iron Tusk command station, Shield of Contempt, alarms blared.
We're under attack. Stone Skull has fired upon an object and redirected it towards us. It's a coordinated assault.
The Iron Tusk warlord slammed his fist on the console.
I knew it. They've finally done it. They've thrown the first stone. All batteries, target that object and return fire on the Stone Skull platform that fired. The doctrine is invoked.
What happened next was not a battle. It was a catastrophic, high-speed misunderstanding. An Iron Tusk interceptor missile streaked out, locked onto the now superheated tumbling soda can. It detonated, shredding the can into a cloud of molten droplets. One of these tiny, glowing droplets, by pure chance, ricocheted off a piece of orbital debris and smeared across the whole of the Bloodhorns surveillance satellite. The Bloodhorns, who had been watching the escalated situation with gleeful anticipation, suddenly found one of their assets compromised.
Acid attack. The object has deployed a corrosive payload. Stone Skull and Iron Tusk are in league. They mean to blind us. Activate the Gravewalker Pact and engage all hostiles.
The ADN, the system's brain, was now receiving a flood of catastrophic data. Stone Skull platform firing on unknown object. Assessment, defensive action. Iron Tusk platform firing on Stone Skull asset. Assessment, hostile action against a friendly. Bloodhorns asset reporting physical impact from debris. Assessment, hostile action against friendly. Bloodhorns weapon system targeting both Stone Skull and Iron Tusk assets. Assessment, multi-clan hostile engagement. Its logic circuits, strained by the contradictory inputs, defaulted to its core programming. Neutralize existential threats. The clans were now, by its definition, existential threats to each other. The external threat was internal. The cascade was instantaneous and total. A Stone Skull planetary defense laser designed to snipe incoming asteroids swiveled and fired, slicing the Iron Tusk flagship, Shield of Contempt, in half. The ADN had calculated the ship's power core was a potential bomb. The Iron Tusk's Seeker Swarm of small mines launched to clear the field of Stone Skull fighters misinterpreted the thruster signatures of the Bloodhorns cruisers as evasive maneuvers and latched onto them instead. The Bloodhorns activated their Dead Man Switch, a system designed to ensure if their home world fell, no one else's would remain. They targeted the shield generators of the Gravewalker homeworld. The Gravewalkers, the most paranoid of all, had a simpler protocol. If any weapon's fire of unknown origin touches our atmosphere, sterilize the system. A network of hidden gravity bombs seeded in asteroids across Cthulhu detonated, shearing apart ships and cracking planetary armor. Space itself was twisted. It was over in minutes. The great fortress system of Cthulhu was a graveyard. The Stone Skull's fleets were drifting clouds of shrapnel. The Iron Tusk worlds were scorched and silent, their atmospheres burning. The Bloodhorns and Gravewalkers had simply ceased to exist. Their assets turned to primordial dust by the gravity bombs. The silence returned, deeper and more absolute than before. Aboard a cloaked observation ship far from the carnage, a Vendel curator named Plick sighed. He was about to log the drifting can as a potential contaminant for retrieval. He hadn't been fast enough. On his screen, he replayed the final seconds, the molten droplet hitting the satellite, the cascading system failure, the final apocalyptic detonations. He took a long sip from a can of similar, but much fresher, fizzy drink. With a few keystrokes, he updated the galactic record. Subject: Brul civilization. System: Cthulhu. Status: terminated. Cause: self-induced incompetence. Catalyst: extraterrestrial food packaging. Addendum: reminded them 1,000 times about their refundable deposit scheme. No one ever listens. He finished his drink, crushed the can with a satisfying crunch, and placed it neatly in a recycling bin. The dark forest was quiet again, not because the monsters were gone, but because the noisiest ones had, for once, eaten each other.